Shalom Akim. I want to start off this lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glories due unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Harakah Kodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone who teach and rule well in these scriptures, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. To you brothers on the highways and the byways twisting his word in truth and sincerity, to you we say Shalom. Now, the name of this lesson, Akim, is going to be, we have to be aware of spies and agents. Again, the name of this lesson is going to be entitled, we have to be aware of spies and agents. The scriptures tell you to count the cost before you come into this thing. If Esau tried to infiltrate every other so-called black organization that had any type of physical or spiritual, or should I say, any type of a movement that caused some spiritual turbulence in his society, he always tried to infiltrate it. Salaki Akim. I'm trying to get my words together. But that being said, man, being a part of GMS, being a part of the truth period, you susceptible to getting spied on. You're susceptible to agents being joining your camp. You know what I'm saying? Being or creeping in, brothers crept in unawares, man. And like, I'm not gonna ramble on too much, Akim, because the scriptures that I got, they'll speak for themselves, and then Abaratazah, the spirit will get on me to expound. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, brothers got to be well aware, man. We are involved in one of the most heaviest parts of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's plan to end Esau's kingdom. And for you to think that, hey man, they send polices to spy on Jake in the hood. If you think they ain't goddamn watching our steps and watching for us to slip, hey man, you not in the spirit, man. Scriptures tell you that, man. But you know what? With no further ado, I have some precepts, Akim. The first precept I want to get is let's see. I want to get Luke 20:20. Because see, Yahweh Shai had spies sent amongst him. And the scriptures tell you that the servant is not greater than the master. So if our Lord has spies sent amongst him, we're going to have spies sent amongst us, man. And it's really that simple. Brothers ain't even got a rant, man. Let me get this scripture, Aki. And this is St. Luke 20 and verse 20. I'm going to start at verse 19. And the chief priest and the scribes the same hour sought to lay hands on him. And they feared the people, for they perceived that he had spoken this parable against them. And they watched him and sent forth spies which should feign themselves just men, that they might take hold of his words, that so they might deliver him unto the power and authority of the governor. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go through that same thing, man. The scriptures tell you, Yahweh Shai said, you shall be, beware of men, for they shall deliver you up to the councils. And you shall be brought before kings and governors for my name's sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. Roughly paraphrasing that scripture, Akim. Like I said, I'm going to just kind of let the spirit flow. I got Galatians 2 and 4. Salaki, y'all can bear with me, Baba Kashah. Okay, this is Galatians 2 and verse 4. And that because of false brethren unawares brought in, who came in privily to spy out our liberty which we have in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, that they might bring us into bondage, to whom we gave place by subjection, no, not for an hour, that the truth of the gospel might continue with you. But of these who seem to be somewhat, whatsoever they were, it maketh no matter to me. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai accepted no man's person, for they who seemed to be somewhat in conference added nothing to me. But contrariwise, when they saw that the gospel of uncircumcision was committed unto me, as the gospel of the circumcision was unto Peter, for he that wrought effectually in Peter to the apostleship of the circumcision, the same was mighty in me toward the Gentiles. And Salaki Akim, the spirit just got on me to read furthermore down. But like the Apostle Paul, I believe this is Apostle Paul speaking. It is. He was saying that, hey man, you got brothers that were brought in unawares. You know what I'm saying? And like the scriptures say, I'm going to read that again, Galatians 2 and 4. And that because of false brethren unawares brought in, who came in privily to spy out our liberty, which we have in Hamashiach Yahushua, that they might bring us into bondage. And see what the Apostle Paul was saying, that he was given the teaching of the circumcision, meaning uncircumcision, meaning the Israelites that were Israelite foreigners. So it was easy, with that being said, for certain men to creep in unawares and act like they were Israelites, being that they knew that the Apostle Paul had that was his lot, you know, because you know what I'm saying, that the circumcision meaning Israelites that looked like they were Israelites, that knew what they were Israelites. The uncircumcision meaning the confusion of faces that were scattered abroad. You know, so you're gonna have brothers who acting like they confusing the face brothers that are probably whole agents, man. You know what I'm saying? So brothers got to be aware of that, man. Like I said, you know, this is all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. You know, and if it, like, you know, I'm going with the spirit on this, man. The other precepts I have, I'm going to get Jude 1 and 4. This is Jude 1 and verse 4. For there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation, ungodly men turning the grace of our power, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, into less viciousness, and denying